Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Of course, I am Kami Nakomi, and this is Kami Nakomi World, and we are back for another House of the Dragon breakdown, where we are breaking down episode 6 of season 3. And of course, I am joined by my brother, like no other, Jew Jams. How you doing tonight, man?
Oh, I'm feeling good, feeling good. Another great
Great.
episode.
Another great episode, man. Thank you for joining me tonight, man. I really appreciate you for sticking it out and coming through for a late night review real quick. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you being here, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Glad to be here.
No problem. No problem. Anytime. Anytime. Of course, guys, before we get into it, please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. We're not going to keep you long. Although this was a packed setup episode, another setup episode pretty much, but it had some things. They were jumping from one scene to another. They were good scenes. They were good scenes though.
And everything was significant.
Everything was significant. Absolutely. Absolutely. But let's get into it, man. Of course, it starts out with Criston Cole and his men, the few that he has left. He don't have much left. Maybe he had 30. Maybe I don't even know if it was even 30. Maybe. And they're roaming through the woods, and they get out to a clearing. And one of his scouts come back and say, "Hey, I found a Tully camp, but it looks like there's some things that happened there, man. Hey, you got to come and look yourself." So when he gets there, he realizes, the Tully camp got attacked. You know what I'm saying? There's bodies everywhere. There's just flies and maggots all over the place, all over the bodies and stuff like that. And so, they just walking through. It was burnt. There was the remnants of burnt tents and stuff like that. So they coming through thinking that, damn, somebody already got to him or whatever like that, basically. But it was a trap. It was a trap. He kicks over one of the dudes, and one of the dudes come up basically swinging.
and in the book Fire and Blood, this is actually this is one of the things taken from the book Fire and Blood. They actually call it the butcher's ball. In the book, they actually came across a camp prior in the same scene, kind of the same scene where people were already dead. So this would be actually the second time they come across a camp, which kind of makes them lower their guard, so to speak. But they kind of blended it together.
Oh, I get you now. I get you. Okay. So, but they get into a bloody battle. Criston Cole is swinging the mace all around, hitting people, taking people out. He's good with that mace. I tell you right now, man.
He said in the last season, he said, I'm the greatest fighter in the Seven Kingdoms. He meant it. He's not bad. Remember, he beat Daemon in the beginning in the first season.
That's why I was stunned. I was like, have I ever seen him and Daemon fight? I need to go back and check that out. Cause
back when Viserys the first or the second, I don't know, was he the first or the second, but
make a difference.
Back when he had that little tourney, he had a tourney in season 1. I don't know if you remember, and Daemon was in it, and Daemon lost to Criston Cole, and Criston Cole actually made Daemon concede or give.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so he can fight for real. That dude was bad. He can fight for real.
He was bad, man. He was taking dudes out right and left, plain and simple. Helping these people out, taking dudes out by himself. He lost a sword, picked up a mace, and was nunchucking dudes, plain and simple. What's going on with you, Craig? Thank you for coming through.
Went to a dagger and everything. I was like, God.
Everything. He was ready for it, man. You know what I'm saying? But it was a trap. Not just basically with the dudes that they killed, because after they finally killed everybody and they was ready to celebrate, nope. The rest of the Tully and White Wolves came through and surrounded them on all sides.
Mm-hmm.
And Criston Cole was like, "All right, well, I guess that's what it's gonna be."
This is what I was waiting for. I was waiting to die. I was hoping that somebody give me a good death.
He was like, "Yo, why don't you, the young Tully and the White Wolf, why don't you two face me 2-on-1? How about that?"
Send your two best fighters.
Send your two best fighters. And they was looking at each other like, before they came an answer. What's you call it? Allison. Go ahead.
Little deja vu. Remember Battle of the Bastards when Jon Snow said, "Yo, why don't you fight me?" He said, "Well, I don't know if I could beat you, but I know my army will beat yours."
Exactly. Like he was just like, he was like, "Yeah, that sounds nice, but I got more men than you." So I mean, hey, basically, yeah, that whole chivalry stuff and honor and let my men go and yeah, all right. Let's talk about that after this army rides you down right quick. You know what I'm saying? So he basically makes his peace. He pulls Alicent's handkerchief out of his sleeve and ties it to the hilt of his sword, and he's ready to rumble before he can even pick the sword up. We call it Alicent Blackwood. Alicent Blackwood. This like this pin cushions him with arrows, boy. It basically just gets him, man, real quick. It was just like it was quick, plain and simple.
Real quick.
Took care of him real quick. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I probably shouldn't show that because basically I get demonetized. But that's Alicent Blackwood. She basically just pin cushions him with arrows before he can even move. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, they just basically come down on the rest of his men. And so I tip my cup to you, Christian.
You fought a good fight, brother. You fought a good fight.
You fought a good fight. You went out the way you wanted. It
did. And the whole thing really was exactly how he wanted it to go. He said, let's go take out these guys little by little, slow their roll. And then, in the end, we're probably not going to make it.
Exactly. And he's just like, but we'll get killed. And he's just like, that's why we out here, bro. He's like, and
that's pretty much what's going to happen, brother.
He's like, yo, you ain't see them dragons? That was the end. That was the end that was always going to happen. that was inevitable. That was inevitable. This is inevitable. At least I could go out on my own terms. So he been out on his own terms. It is what it is. Not exactly the way he wanted to, but it was what it was. So anyway, now they go back to King's Landing, and Alicent and Helaena are found in the passageway, basically. And Rhaenyra is meeting up with her small council, and Daemon's mad as hell because he's just like his men all got killed, and they got killed because of Lord Almond and Lord Almond paying off these people, and on top of it, we need to go burn him out. To pay him for that, we need to go and burn him out. But everybody's just like, yeah, you can't go burn him out. You do that, you reinforce exactly what you're trying to fight for right here in this situation.
Yeah, in the city is a totally different story. When you're talking about going outside the city walls and doing this and Tumbleton and have at it. But in the city, when you start going in the city, you're gonna just have to kill. More innocents are gonna die. And not only casualties, more of your subjects that are inside of your own castle
who already hate you.
You already hate you.
Who already hate you, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying?
Every time Rhaenyra is around her group, man, I just cringe because it just sickens me on the disrespect that she has to endure. Oh my God. People arguing back and forth. Not even her dad had to go through that. And he wasn't that strong.
He wasn't even that strong. But nobody basically even they still showed him deference, and that's the problem, plain and simple. They still showed him deference. I mean, her guards protect her, but everybody else is just like, yeah, we don't think we should do that. And Daemon is definitely looks like, yeah, what I'm gonna go do. He's like, y'all go figure that out. What I'm gonna go do is end what I should have ended.
I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do exactly what I said, and I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Rhaenyra says no. The small council says no. Daemon still went out. He's like, yo, listen. And that's the only thing that I say Rhaenyra.
Daemon's steady walking off from the table.
You got to start doing some of this stuff herself. Because you're in the middle. You're in war. It ain't like you're like, this is this is part of your reign and you already got stuff under control and you're trying to silence this, and this. You're still technically at war because you have not caught Aegon.
And on top of it, you haven't done anything yourself, and they basically say they see that you soft. They calling you soft. They just like plain and simple. You proving the fact that, or you letting them prove, or letting them carry that that story that women are too soft to basically rule.
Yep.
And that's because you basically letting everybody else do your work for you instead of you going out there and doing your work yourself. You know what I mean? So you out there.
You know, speaking on women that didn't have it, Cersei started her rule with killing everybody.
Listen,
that's how she started it. She's killing everybody and put the crown on my head. So when they put the crown on my head, they knew she was willing to kill.
She crowned herself. She didn't have no septon. Matter of fact, there was no sept. There was no sept. There was no high septon. She had the Grand Maester that she picked herself, put the crown on her head, and she came out like she.
Matter of fact, like, you know what? He didn't even have a title.
He didn't even have a title. He wasn't even the Grand Maester. She made him her hand, plain simple. I mean, hey, she was just like, listen.
And nobody in the city.
She drank some wine and was happy with herself.
No, and nobody in the city even dared to even say nothing about it.
Nope, you didn't see nobody even nobody.
Nobody said nothing.
Nobody wrote nothing on the walls. Nobody had an uprising. Nothing. There was no sparrows chirping nowhere. They were all gone. They were gone, or they was quiet. They were quiet. Mm-hmm. Plain and simple. So instead of going to burn Armon out of Tumbleton, the queen charges him to do what he was supposed to be doing and take care of the city. And Alan also actually decides to say, hey, actually, I could probably get some Valyrian men from Lord Corlys to come and help. And so she's just like, yeah, go ahead and do that. Matter of fact, don't get 200, get more than 200. We need bodies. We need bodies that are getting paid. So right then, as she's leaving, the Baratheon hosts arrive basically at the Red Keep, and they meet with Rhaenyra, but they tell Rhaenyra that what's his name, Boros Baratheon.
Boros Baratheon.
Boros Baratheon is sorry to inform you that he has not been able to come because he's taking care of some shit that he could have did a couple of months ago, but he can't do it right now because he can't come and see you right now because he basically doing some other stuff. That's basically what he decided to tell her. She was just like, hold up. So some shit that you could have did a minute ago or do it later, you decided to go do it now when I call for you to come here.
Because he's down in Dorne fighting off rebels or whatever it is that he's doing, you know. He almost pulled a chorus. Basically, he pulled a chorus. Valyria just said, look, I can't come there, but I'm out here taking care of your business. You know, I'm helping with your thing, you know. And then she looks at these guys is like,
what if I kill y'all? And it's like, no. It's like, hold up. Wait a minute. And so
don't shoot the messenger.
Don't shoot the messenger, bro. I just came to tell you something. I just came to tell you. That's just my liege lord. That's not even my man's in them. You know what I'm saying? So she's just like, yo, let me get your cloak instead. All right. I was wondering what was going to happen with that. So Rhaenyra after that goes to confront Alicent because she's just like, yo, whoa. I got you out here. You're able to go outside. You know, nobody's dead. How the hell how you just gonna try to just run away, son, and get caught? And then you got caught, and everybody saw you get caught. Matter of fact, my people had to go into the walls and rescue your ass. So everybody knows that you tried to run away. How you think it's supposed to make me look right now?
And at the end of it all, I'm not even supposed to be talking to you.
I'm supposed to be talking to you.
I'm not even supposed to be talking to you, man. And you messing this shit up, man. You are messing this thing up. I am risking my ass just talking to you. You're not even supposed to be alive. You're my enemy. You
You
are
are my
high
enemy.
tower.
To everybody outside of this room right here, you are my enemy. But no, you out here basically getting special treatment. You expecting to get special treatment from me. And so she tells her that Helena is actually pregnant, and she was thinking of her child. Basically, because you would probably have to kill her child, and she was just like, well, the way you acting, I might have to do that.
Now I might have to do that.
You know what I'm saying? So now basically, so now she confines them to the rooms, and she leaves. And Mysaria is trying to, get some information herself because she's just like, oh, what did she tell her? So she's asking her, what did Allison tell her? And she just tells her, that what's the name? That Allison told me that Helena was pregnant. And so she was like,
does anybody else know?
Does anybody else know?
I don't know why.
No.
What do you know?
Just you. What did you hear?
Nothing.
You the mistress of whispers.
Nothing.
You telling me that I'm the first one to hear this? You ain't seen that? Come on, son. Come on.
She over there playing both sides of the fence, yo.
Damn straight as she is. Damn straight she is. You know what I'm saying? So we go to Damon, who basically goes back to the Gold Cloaks barracks, and he's there, and some Gold Cloaks walk in. He promises that he swears revenge, no matter if it takes a year or 100 years. We gonna get these dudes back. But then a dude is like, hey man, listen, I'm penniless. And we getting killed out in these streets. I can't do this no more, bro. I can't do this no more.
I got kids to feed.
I got kids to feed.
I got kids to feed, man. I'd rather go be a brigand. I go ahead and just go rob some people, man. I go get these money in these streets, man.
I can get this money in these streets. I can get this money in the streets.
Shoot.
My kids can't eat no cloaks, man. My kids can't eat no cloaks. My kids can't eat no cloaks, bro. So a bunch of them just go ahead and just put their cloaks down, and Damon's like, F it, I'm gonna do it myself. So
hey, and real quick, man, that little quick scene that they had of the Dragon Seas meeting outside of Tumbleton, that was kind of cool too, because I like to see the Bronze Fairy and Sea Smoke. Was it Sea Smoke?
Yeah. I think it's Sea Smoke and I forgot the name of that. Oh man. I keep forgetting the name of those dragons that they have.
Storm Cloud. Nope. Wait a minute. I'll tell you right now.
It's not Valerian. Not Vagar.
Hope the White is riding. Silverwing.
Silverwing. And Hugh rides. Which one does Hugh ride?
Hugh rides Vermithor, the Bronze
Vermithor. That's
and both of them kind of like, oh, what's going on, man?
I ain't see you. Baby. He looked like he was. Vermithor looked like he was trying to kick it to Silverwing. Like, hey, girl, you look good. What's going on with you? It's been a minute. How you taking care of yourself? What's going on?
Yeah, man, I'm out here riding around this crazy motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Just out here, man, just maxing, relaxing, chilling outside this town, you know what I'm saying?
Wait for the Dracarys call, baby. That's it. I'm waiting for the Dracarys call, man. Ain't nothing really going on.
Right.
So, and then Oath kind of starts reminiscing, like, look, man, I wish I was down in there Flea Bottom. Give me a bowl of brown, man.
You know what I'm saying? And a hot pie.
Little hot pie.
Pie.
We ain't heard hot pie since the Game of Thrones either.
Right, exactly. So Alan, after he basically tells Rhaenyra he's gonna go get some people from his dad, he goes to Corlys and is just like, I need some more men. And he's just like, what more does Rhaenyra want from me?
and then you out here helping her.
And you out here helping
the way she's treating you. Well, damn it.
And
you've been treating me like
bro,
this all my life.
How long you gonna be mad, for real? How long you gonna be mad? You didn't even claim me 5 minutes ago. You mad that she ain't claimed me 3 minutes ago? Slow down, son. Look at yourself in the mirror. So Corlys is like, all right, go get the men. Oh, let me hit you off with some information too. The Triarchy told me that Tywin Lannister actually survived the Gullet, and he's heading to Rook's Rest. I'm like, all right, okay, a little bit of details. Then cut to Tyler Lannister, who's digging a shallow grave. They out there mob style, basically hiding bodies. How did they get the body outside the town, son? That's all I want to know. How they got the body outside the town? But
also straight Goodfellow stuff.
Also straight Goodfellow stuff, yo. Talking about you digging the ditch, yo. He's like, yo, you need to dig it deeper. And he's like, you need to come and dig it deeper. Shit. And Larys is like,
him, yo. Both. Oh, now, mind you, all three of them are privileged.
All three of them
have been privileged all their life, and they out there slumming it, yo.
You know, is they privileged with the fact that it was a one. Listen, when Larys rolled that body into that hole. Homeboy's like half of his body was still above ground, son. I was just like, you was tired? You were tired? Damn!
This is a lot.
Your Grace. This has to be deep enough, Your Grace. It's like oh, the dogs are gonna come and get that. He's like, let them come.
Deja vu. Jaime Lannister asked Bronn to dig the holes too. He said, yo, you know how long it's gonna take to dig these fucking holes? He said, well,
one hand?
I can't help you. I only got one hand.
I only got one hand.
It's gonna take you a while to dig these fucking holes.
Exactly. Oh, these rich kids, bro. These rich kids.
So
Larys is basically trying to tell Aegon, hey, we should leave. The boat's leaving for Essos soon, so we should prepare. And Tylan is trying to be like, oh, I still don't think you should go to Essos. But then the king is just like, asks him, yo, do you think I'm a good man? And he has no real answer. He's just like, well, I mean, you cool. Everybody makes mistakes. And he's like, all right, we going to Essos, bro. We going to Essos because I'm gonna die staying here with you. Going out to Castle Rock. I'm gonna die. Y'all gonna get me killed. So let's go. Let's go.
Me, man.
Y'all ain't got no. You don't even got no respect for me. You can't even lie good enough to get some good words out. You couldn't even lie. Lie to me, man. Anyway, back in the caves, in the Eyrie, Baela is down bad. Son.
Oh God, Baela, God damn,
she survived the berries,
the
bro.
Worst wig, man. That wig looked terrible. That thing's looking like old girl off of Dragon Ball Z. Hands just sticking up and shit. I'm like, damn, what the hell?
What happened to you?
Eating blueberries.
In the cave. Oh, blackberries. Yeah, blackberries. In the cave.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, damn, you've fallen far, girl. You have fallen far. All to get a dragon. All for the hopes of getting a dragon. You lost everything else, as she says a little bit later. A little bit later in this episode, basically. But then while she's outside, she sees 2 dragons flying past. And so she gets something in her head. Not exactly sure what happens, but it happens. Whatever happens off screen. But basically, they jump to another scene back in Harrenhal. Alice is still tending to Aemon's wounds, but he wants to leave and go search for Vhagar. And she's like, "Listen, Vhagar's gone. If he wanted to be here, he would be here. And actually, it might be a good thing that he's not here because him not being here has allowed you to basically stay hidden. So why don't you go sit down somewhere?"
Oh my goodness!
But he's just like, hey, I could go find him. You know what I'm saying? But she's warning against it.
Because
then they go.
Ultimately, she wants to keep him. She's been trying for the longest to ally herself to somebody. Because later on in this show, the episode, it talks about why you ain't just kill me and take Harrenhal for the reward, which she could do that. But it shows that she wants more than just Harrenhal.
It ain't about the money.
She has Harrenhal.
Oh no, she has Harrenhal. She don't need to take Harrenhal. People have been trying to take Harrenhal. People have lived in Harrenhal. People have stayed in Harrenhal. But she has Harrenhal, and Harrenhal has her. Period.
Yep.
Period.
So it's a little more than that.
It's a little bit more than that, plain and simple, son. But then we go to me, a shocking scene, an absolutely shocking scene. Back in the Eyrie, and the Lady of the Veil basically executes somebody through the moon door, and she finds it fascinating, which is I find fascinating because didn't the little boy I forgot Catelyn's sister, her son basically this like loves to see people go through the door. Robin, exactly. And so she's like, I still find it fascinating, and I'm like, y'all are weird up in the Eyrie, bro. But
this
then
should never get old.
No, should never get old. I'm just like, y'all are wilding basically. But then Rhaena is brought in by the guards, right? Rhaena's brought in by the guards, and the Lady of the Veil walks up and smacks her. Okay, I'm not even going to go no further. Son,
that pissed me off. that just pissed me off, man. As a black man, seeing a white woman smack a black girl, that shit pissed me off. Yeah, I was like, oh.
I'm not even going to front. I was triggered like a mug. I was triggered. I was so triggered. I couldn't. I don't even know what. I cringed, son. That was cringeworthy. And I mean, I get it. It's a fantasy show, and all these people are the color of their skin really doesn't really matter compared to who they are or their station or whatever like that. Although I feel like they look down on Corlys for in a certain way. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm just like, how you just gonna run up and smack a princess of the Targaryen family who has a dragon? You really are beside yourself. You really forgot yourself.
And like we was talking about before a couple of days ago, the twins are actually more Targaryen than anybody else. They actually got two Targaryen. They are the products of two Targaryens. They more Targaryen than
anybody else in the whole show.
Than most of all the rest of them.
Yes, absolutely. Besides Daemon and Rhaenyra.
Besides Daemon and Rhaenyra kids, yes.
Plain and simple. Or not even their kids. Well, I guess they do. Do they? Yeah, they do have children. They do have children.
Because even Rhaenyra, she's half Arryn.
Exactly. Her mother is half Arryn. So Rhaenyra is not even full Targaryen. Daemon is full Targaryen, I believe. Jaehaerys. I'm not sure. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure who didn't. Jaehaerys' wife was.
Jaehaerys' wife was a Targaryen as well. He married his sister. Yeah.
There you go. Exactly. So Daemon and his kids, were from Valyrian blood through Corlys Valyrian's family, through their grandmother, who basically could have been queen herself. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just like, and they are allowing this child to be treated. This child is allowing herself to be treated this way, but I get it. She has nowhere else to go because she's in fear of her life, and also as Lady of the Veil. What's her name? Arryn.
Shara Arryn. Shara Arryn, something like that.
Yeah. So Lady Shara, she's basically telling her, you know what I'm saying? You basically, I'm guessing she was seen flying out.
So
by some people.
That last scene where she was eating the blackberries and saw those two dragons. Those two dragons was Baelor and Adam. They was flying back to Dragonstone. Or to the Red Keep, one of the two. And she saw them and she knew that. And she wanted to see her sister. So she actually tried to ride out to go see her sister. And that's why Lady Arryn got mad, because like, look, I'm hiding you and you going out there. You're supposed to be staying hidden.
Matter of fact, Sheep Still is Rider supposed to be dead. You basically putting us all in danger. I get your anger. At the same time, relax, chick, because the veil is not safe from a dragon. If I decide to go back to this cave and bring Sheep Stealer to come through on the veil, there's gonna be some heads rolling. But I'm just like, she was really beside herself to do that. I was just like, wow, she really got big for her britches on that one right there. I can't believe she did that. But yeah, she basically was just like, you got to stay hidden. Don't do it again. And I was just like, yo,
that was crazy.
I'm just like,
that was crazy.
I kind of felt like off. I was just like, yo, I got a dragon. You can't talk to me like that. like, oh, I feel like off. I'm like, yo, you know I got a dragon out there, son. You can't talk to me like that. Matter of fact, my dragon's a YN. You can't be talking to me like that all crazy, son. You know who my son is? Tripping. Anyway, then we have Alan, who goes to go visit Bela in the dragon pit. I guess she has arrived back in the dragon pit, and she's beat. She's basically look like she's sleeping while sitting up, basically in the dragon pit. And he comes to come see her, and basically, tells her, that you need to rest, basically. But he asks her, can she go and speak to Corlys, because he's trying to get Corlys to come back, and Corlys don't want to come back, and she's just like, hey, I got my own problems.
Yo, we all got daddy issues, baby. We all got daddy issues. My daddy is Daemon Targaryen. We all got our own daddy issues, man.
Hey, these dudes, they ain't gonna stay. The Papa's a Rolling Stone, bro. They anywhere they want to be. I got my own problems right now, baby. So, I mean, you're going to have to figure it out, basically. So, but she basically, softens up to him a little bit and comes up to him. And I guess the love interest for her next love interest is going to be Alan, because she basically allows him to kiss her. Mm-hmm. Is that her step cousin?
Kissing cousins.
I'm about to say that's her step cousin, right?
Kissing
I
cousins.
mean, hey, ain't nothing wrong in this world with that, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what happens. Then Gawain Hightower arrives back at Tumbleton. He arrives at Tumbleton, and he's in front of Gwen. I keep calling him Gawain. Gwen Hightower. He arrives at Tumbleton, and he goes to see his brother Ormond. And Ormond is basically this like, what you doing back here? Like, you supposed to be out there fighting. And he was like, I've been fighting. What you been doing?
He's sitting up in this
castle all clean and stuff like that. You look at me like I'm dirty. He was like, I've been out there fighting and killing people.
Smelling sauce like,
you know what I'm saying? Looking at me like I'm crazy. Looking at me like I'm crazy. So he basically is this. So he's calling him a coward, and my man's just like, I'm gonna leave right here. So he decides to walk out. But then when Gwen leaves, Darren he sends Ormond sends Darren to go with him. So and so Darren is there. Tell him to go bathe, exactly. And so Darren is there talking to him as they walk in, and basically he's upset that Gwen left him with Ormond. He's just like, yo, I don't mess with this dude. How you gonna go set me with him? I don't like him. You see, I hate the way that I have to pretend around him to like the way that he is. He's not set right. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't wrapped tight, yo.
He ain't wrapped tight. He ain't wrapped tight. I gotta deal with all his emotions and issues and stuff like that, and pretend for him. But Gwen is just like, hey man, I had to go out there and fight. You were left with him, and he decided to make you his pet. So I mean, it is what it is, man. But you're gonna be king. He wants to make you king. And Darren is like, you ain't gonna be king, son.
Come on, son.
And even if I get to be king, I ain't gonna be king.
Come on, son.
Come on, son. You know what I'm saying? And Darren asked if he saw, but Darren basically,
my older brother's still riding Vhagar. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about here?
You know what I'm saying?
And he's not even king.
And he's not even king. That's wild. That's wild for real. Basically, he's like, "Come on, son. I ain't gonna be king." That's a long shot. You playing the parlays on that one. That's crazy, basically. So, but he's just like playing it simple. He's just like, yo, Gwen is just like, hey, listen, this is about to be a mess. They basically marching on us with thousands of troops, and we held up in the town, and they got two dragons parked outside. This is about to be a mess. I'm going to go back to Hightown and prepare for basically this all to pick up the pieces. I'm going to prepare to pick up the pieces because this is going to be a mess when this is all done. When this is all said and done.
Facts.
So Helena, back in King's Landing, Helena realizes that her mother lied to her about Jaehaera meeting them on the road. She was like, hold up. Jaehaera wasn't coming with us, was she? She realizes.
Wait a minute. Because I haven't heard nothing about Jaehaera.
I haven't
So
seen nothing
we
about
got
it.
caught. Who had Jaehaera?
Who had Jaehaera? Where was
Because
she
we're
supposed to
still
come from?
here. Was Jaehaera en route?
Exactly.
I heard that she got caught.
She was like, well, come on. I mean, we couldn't take no kid on the road. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be safe, and it was gonna be hard enough with me and you alone, basically. And so she realizes that her mother's basically a liar. You know what I'm saying? Her mother been lying.
Wait a minute. What kills me is, and I'm talking about Allison here.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter can see visions. Your daughter can see it. Why are you even trying to lie to this girl?
Are you even trying to lie to her? All the things that she's telling her about how, we're going to be free. Don't worry about it. We're going to be free. And Allison is just like, listen, I've seen this all. I've seen all of this. You put me here, and everything that's going to come after this is because of you, bro. It's because of you. So why are we doing this? And you keep lying to me. You keep lying to me.
The facial expressions of Helena when she is talking to her mom is hilarious. Like, she want to do the come on, son. Like, bitch.
Come on, son.
Bitch, stop lying. Stop lying to me.
You're still lying. It's crazy work. But then so Helena walks off, and Allison decides to pick up some stitching work that she was basically doing, and she sees a scene of Darren basically, and it basically is the scene of Darren
curled up like a fetus
in Harrenhal, and is being watched over by a dark figure. And that's what she was working on when she basically decided to leave.
Which is basically Alice.
Which is basically Alice. And so she finally decides to be like, all right, maybe she sees things. I mean, maybe she sees things. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe there's something here.
Maybe there's something to this right here, yeah.
Exactly. So, so Darren back in Harrenhal, Darren is preparing his horse to ride out. Say what?
Which is what she sees.
Which is what she sees, exactly. Darren is preparing his horse, and he decides to basically ride. He decides he's about to ride out when a boy, a stable boy, basically comes in out of nowhere and is just like, "Yo, you're Aemon, you're Aemon One Eye," and he goes to turn and run. And
it's so easy to recognize.
So easy to recognize. I mean, son, come on, son, get rid of that. I would tell you to get rid of the eye patch, but the big sapphire stuck in your socket might give it away also, bro. It might give it away also.
There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, bro.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, basically. So the boy runs off the lead, but basically gets killed by Alice. And Alice is like, see, I've been watching your back, man. You could have basically people would have came through. I've held your secrets. Nobody knows that you are here. You should just basically stay here. You know what I'm saying?
And Alice actually mentioned him in the previous season, in the previous episode, when she told him, nobody's here but a blind cook or smith and the boy that watches over the horses. So that's the boy that watches over the horses.
Exactly. Hold up 1 second. Yeah, so hold up 1 second. I'm trying to find that fucking scene. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so okay, so basically Alice basically takes him back to her rooms, and out of nowhere she pulls out a chest with 5 dragon eggs. You had this here the whole time, bro? The whole time? And she basically tells like, yo, you should know your own family history. You know that Rhaena Targaryen came here 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Alice, bro?
So in Ice and Fire, or I think it's in the old book talk about with Aegon, the early times. Basically,
Blood and Fire.
Rhaena, there was a granddaughter of Aegon the Conqueror,
right?
Who was Rhaena, who she rode Dreamfire before Helena.
Right.
She had an affair with a woman, and the woman takes those eggs. A woman takes those eggs, and those eggs are actually the ones that ends up with Daenerys. Whatever. But then she ends up back there, and then they had her to kind of spend some time in Harrenhal, like in exile, kind of. And her Dreamfire had basically laid a batch of eggs while she was there. So that's where those eggs came from.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just like, I need to go back and look. I need to look up that part of
when he said
Dreamfire,
I was like, Dreamfire. And then I had to go back and check it. And yes, basically she ended up spending some time at Harrenhal in exile, kind of.
Right. And she stayed there till she died.
Yeah. Some to that matter. Because she was taken to wife by Baylor the Cruel, actually. It's Baylor. No, Magar the Cruel. And he took her. She was the widow of the other king, who came, Aenys, I think it was. Aenys came after Aegon the Conqueror, and Magar was his stepbrother, and he ends up basically taking over and took her as his wife, and it was all crazy. But she ended up spending some time in Harrenhal, and that's how she ended up leaving those eggs there.
Okay. Yeah. No doubt.
Yep.
So basically she offered, he's intrigued by the eggs. He's just like, wow, the eggs. Okay. So he picks one up, and so she's just like, listen, we could basically summarizing what she said, we can make our own Targaryen dynasty together right here. I could be the Lady of the Water, and you could be the dragon rider of Vhagar.
Dragon Lord.
The Dragon Lord. And we could do it all. We could get everything that we wanted. We've been denied everything. We could get everything we wanted right here. And then she basically, she moves up to close to him and kisses him, basically. And so I'm just like, okay, I guess this is when she is gonna get with child.
Which is another cringe moment, because he looked at her as a mother as well. He kissed his mother, and now he kisses his mother figure. Aemon got issues. Aemon got serious issues, yo.
Poor Aemon. That's right now. Poor Aemon.
All got parental problems.
Exactly. Talking about problems, bro. Hold up 1 second. We have Rhaenyra, who is back in the throne room, and I tell you, sometimes I feel bad for that. I feel bad for this girl. She is basically listening.
Disrespect.
She is listening to the troubles of the court, and they are basically, they got problems. They're just like, listen, we don't got no tallow to make fire. We can't. Matter of fact, a girl that's at the orphanage, she got stolen, and she's just like, my condolences.
I'll light a candle.
I'll light a candle when I go to the step next. And they was just like, what? You gonna light a candle? You ain't gonna do nothing about this?
And, we ain't got no money. That's not my problem no more. We had a master of coin.
You got to answer the coin. And they just like, yo, you the queen. You gotta do something about this. Who else do we go to if it's not for you? If it's not to you? And so she's there, and she's there listening to them. And while she's there, she realizes that she cuts her hand on the throne. And that's happened to many kings, and that's always a bad look.
Well, and in actuality too, and you see how she looks up at her dad. Because remember in the past episodes, matter of fact, I think it was the past episodes, she'd been reading a lot of history on her lineage and the history of the Targaryens, and it was written in there that that the throne cuts kings that are deemed unworthy for the throne.
Yeah, exactly.
So that could be one of the first things. That's why she hit it like, oh my God, am I one of the people that's not supposed to be sitting on this throne? You know,
exactly. I mean, if the people would have saw that, that would have been even more proof to them. If they know of that saying, it would be more proof to them that you're not supposed to be the one that's on this crown on the throne.
And that's why Damon also got mad at her when she mentioned her dad. Like, this is not what my father wanted. And Damon's like, that nigga was a punk. Yeah, he was a sucker. He didn't belong on the throne either. Because he inherited a whole peaceful throne, whole peaceful era. So it wasn't hard to maintain peace. And you had like 17 dragons. How hard is it to maintain peace and you got 17 dragons?
Exactly.
From the jump.
And you still died old and decrepit.
Still jacked it up.
Still jacked it up, man. Then you got your boy. Hold up 1 second. See if I can find it. Then you got your boy Damon, who's walking in disguise as a gold cloak on the streets. He's like, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it myself, man.
I'm gonna do it myself, baby. So he's walking out. He's walking like in a gold cloak, has his hair stuffed down his back, basically, so nobody can see it. Even though you can see that bleach blonde hair back there, basically. But he draws the attention of one of the guys, and the guy comes up behind him and he looks around, doesn't see him. Damon got him from behind. Boom, boom. Has up against the wall. And he's just like, yo, who else with you? Who sent you? And he's just like, yo, we don't have number. Like, you can't, basically we have more followers than you can count, basically says that, you know what I'm saying?
We like the brotherhood without banners.
We everywhere. We don't got no banners. We don't got no numbers. We're everywhere. We're in every single town. We gonna basically be on your ass from here to forever. You know what I'm saying? So, and this was the guy who actually sent the pigeon out to Lord Ormond.
Right.
Yeah. So when he tries to basically, get the dude to reveal his followers, he basically just like, no. And then he's just like, and they just like, listen, we're waiting for King Darren to come and take the throne, and we'll never follow Queen Rhaenyra. And Damon's just like, all right, well, if that's your choice.
You made your choice.
You made your choice, bro. And then he basically sticks a knife in the dude's ear, man. I mean, it was just like, it was brutal. It was brutal, plain and simple, yo. So then Darren
bumps into Oath.
Walks off and bumps into Off, man. And Off is just like, yo.
Men deserve their simple pleasures.
He's like, yo, what are you doing in the streets, son? You're supposed to be guarded. You
yourself should understand.
Let me back up real quick. So he's telling him, he's like, yo, what are you doing in the streets, yo? You're supposed to be under guard in the, what's the name? Like, you're supposed to not go nowhere without guards. You definitely not supposed to be up in the city. You know what I'm saying? And so officers like, yo,
deserve their simple pleasures.
I need to go and go do me, son. Can you hear this at all?
Yes.
Understand.
And he's just like, yo, you know how it is, Darren. I mean, Damon, you know how it is. And Damon's just like, yo, don't compare yourself to me, bro. You not me. And so he basically hits Off onto the floor in front of everybody, and everybody's looking. And I'm sure Off
set foot in the city again, and I'll put out your eyes.
I'm sure Off feels some type of way about that. I'm sure Off is going to feel a lot of ways about
Off
that.
is like a half brother to him, almost. Because he's the bastard son, technically in the story, the bastard son of Dahlia Targaryen, which was one of Viserys's daughters.
Mm-hmm.
One of his youngest daughter.
Jaehaerys's daughters.
Yeah, one of Jaehaerys's daughters.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So he gonna feel some type of way about that. I think he's gonna be like, yo, I remember that.
All these slights. You gonna remember?
You gonna get yours, B.
You gonna get yours, B.
You gonna get yours, B. You gonna get yours, B.
I think truthfully they should just kill him and start over. Find somebody else to ride the dragon, yo. Chalk that up as a loss.
He's obviously a problem.
He's gonna be a problem.
Off is obviously a problem. He's not. He's proven himself time and time again not to be trustworthy.
Yep.
So, but you still have him walking around with what's the name? With a loaded weapon. Crazy. So outside of Tumbleton, Hugh basically stops a wagon that he sees, heading towards the town, and gets a bright idea. So he basically,
he going rogue.
He roughs up the dude, goes rogue. He's tired of waiting to go. He's tired of waiting to find out what's going on with his wife. Dresses up the dude, sneaks into the town, and then he basically and
he's also followed by those Baratheons.
Exactly, he's also followed by some Baratheons at the same time. So he gets into the gates. The Baratheon soldiers arrive. Ormond greets the Baratheons envoy, basically thinking that they have come to bend a knee, but at the same time, he is disgusted by the mud on their shoes and how they smell. He is so disgusted that he had to move away from them to the whole other side of the table, son.
Listen. This is the one time I give Rhaenyra a thumbs up on at least trying something, because she sent those dudes in to be assassins, and she dressed them up and made them smell, because that's what Allison told her. Allison told her that he don't like smells.
And if Gawain wasn't there, it might have worked.
It might have worked.
If it wasn't for that pup named Scooby-Doo, it might have worked. It almost worked. Them kids would have been murked in that throne room, bro.
Well, who can we speak to the king? Can we bend the knee properly?
Right.
He's right here.
He's right here. Right.
That thing almost worked.
It almost worked, bro. It almost worked, but
because he was so disgusted with the smell.
He was so disgusted and distracted by the smell, he would have let anything go just to let these dudes leave, basically. But Gawain realizes what's going on. He's just like, yo, this dude don't even look the way they're supposed to look, basically, and whatever. And so him and the other big dude, basically in the corner, they take out all the assassins, and basically Ormond is just like, this he's like, this
bitch must die.
She gotta die. She gots to go. She's gots to go. Anyway, back out in the town though, Hugh finds his wife out in the town, and he basically runs up on her, and he's just like, hey, it's me, I'm back. He's like, I claimed the dragon, and we could go back. We could go back now and live a way better life. We have coin. I'm a knight now. Everything is good. And she's just like, bro, you know how many things happened to me on the road from King's Landing to Tumbleton?
I was almost essayed.
Not essayed. I don't think almost. I think she was essayed. I think she was. Absolutely. I think the way that she basically came off the field felt to me as though she was.
I felt that
essayed.
too. I got that same vibe.
And so she's just like, and he's just like, well, we got coin now. We don't have to do that. She was just like, I didn't even need all that. I needed you. You basically just left me by myself in the street in the city. You know what I'm saying? So I went to go stay with my brother, and now my brother's dead. And I can't leave his family. And so she refuses to go with him.
And that's a good point that you made, because I was like, damn, why wouldn't she want to get up out of there? She's basically living in the lion's den, living under what they call that when an army is staying in the town with
besieged, occupied.
Occupied. I'm living in an occupied town.
Exactly.
But basically, yes, you're right.
Her brother's besieged. Dead. Exactly.
And she would be leaving what's left of his family.
Exactly. Yeah. After he was killed because of her.
Yep.
So I mean, she doesn't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel what she's talking about basically, because she's just like, if you didn't leave to go and try to get glory and try to get money, I mean, I get it. We were living hand to mouth, but at the same time, if you didn't leave, I wouldn't have left, and then this whole entire situation wouldn't have happened. So she's grieving, and I understand, and so they have that issue. So Alicent goes and tells Rhaenyra that Aemon is in Harrenhal, and hey, he's in Harrenhal. Vhagar's not with him, and that's basically why nobody has found him, basically. But he's in Harrenhal. You could go kill him. All right. I'm gonna holler at you later. And Rhaenyra's just like, hold up, bro. How you know this? Like, I've sent so many swords up in there. How in the hell hasn't he been there? And nobody's seen Vhagar. So she's just like, well, Vhagar is not there, but he's there. I know he's there. And she's like, how you know that he's there? He's like, well, Helaena sees things.
oh, like Dany's the dreamer.
Exactly.
Oh shit! I gotta see her. Dreamer? I gotta see her.
Exactly. She's a dreamer. And so, and Alicent is just like, y'all can go ahead and kill her, kill them. And so Rhaenyra gets no. I love this part. So Rhaenyra is basically turning away from Alicent, and Alicent basically grabs her arm, and Rhaenyra like looks down at her arm like, "Bitch, you crazy?" And the guard's just like, "Yo, let go of the queen." And then after she lets go of the queen, she pulls down her sleeves like, this chick done unhand me.
That was a great part of the scene. I like that.
That was shows some attitude. I really like. I appreciated it.
That was a check for Rhaenyra. That's another check for Rhaenyra.
Exactly. She
gets some checks. She gets some points.
She is starting to become her brutal self.
Yes.
So little by little, she's starting to care less about the people and realizing that, hey, me maintaining my rule is the only thing that matters. And that's what Daemon has been trying to drill into her, that, hey, you got to basically be brutal if you want to win this game. And so she decides, hey, I got an idea. Instead of sending a whole bunch of swords, why don't I just send one sword with someone that he trusts? Like you.
Alicent's face dropped. No.
He's like, yes. Yes.
See you when you get back. Well, what about Helaena?
I'll take care of Helaena.
I'll watch over.
I'll watch over.
I got a dreamer.
I got a dreamer now, bro. I got a dreamer now. She's mine now. She's mine now. Plain and simple. I'll watch over her and her kid. Whew. Getting deep. Helaena doesn't want to. Helaena doesn't want to be left alone though. She goes back and she tells Helaena, "All right, I'm gonna be leaving, but I don't." And Helena's like, "I don't want to be left alone." But Alicent tells her, this is the only way for them to be free. And Helena's looking at her like, "We ain't never gonna be free. Why you keep on trying to fill my head with? You don't think I've seen this already? You don't think I've seen this whole entire story? You think that basically these pages is blank? This whole book is full, baby. This whole book is full. We on chapter 6. This whole book is full." But so you can just see it in Helena's face when she looks at her mother like, "You still lying? You still gonna lie?" So she's just like, "Yo, tell me something. Why didn't you just marry me off to some other lord? Why did I have to marry my brother?" And she's just like, "Your grandfather." Go ahead.
Yeah, she's like, "Why am I in this situation to begin with?
Why am I here?" She's like, "Well, your grandfather wanted it, and I thought that it might be a good idea." And so she's looking at her like,
"You're really a terrible mother.
You're a horrible mother, bro. You're a horrible mother." And Alicent basically, but then Alicent at the end, she promises, "I'm gonna go and just eat some food real quick. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna return before you know it, and then we'll be free." And Helena's just like, "I hate it here." She's like, "I hate it here." So, Then we go to for a quick little moment, Rhaenyra goes to Jace's bed, and he's sleeping again. So we're not gonna see this kid actually awake and conscious in this show, obviously. But he's basically sleeping in his bed, and so she just sits in his bed while he sleeps. I don't know. I think that she likes looking in on him, but she's afraid to actually be with him when he's awake. Because I'm just like, it's just a sad thing, basically. But then we cut to Corlys, he's celebrating with his guys and like, we got all the triarchy, guys. Good job, everybody. You know what I mean? And now we're gonna turn around and we're gonna go to King's Landing. We're gonna stick it to these people. We're gonna basically defend the city. And everybody's like, yeah. Until the High Tower men catch them. The High Tower men come up out of nowhere and they ambush them. And they basically kill everybody, or they take, or at least they basically they attack everybody. I don't know if there's any survivors, and that's the end of the episode, guys.
And I doubt they would kill Corlys because Arthur still has respect for Corlys and stuff like that, but
he did have respect for him, yeah.
And on a whole nother note. If Corlys was in King's Landing, fulfilling his duty as the Hand, I don't think a lot of this stuff would have happened because Corlys was damn near like Damien, and the absence of Corlys left Rhaenyra to have to put those idiots on the those non-loyal people on her small council. So
he would have picked the small council. Yeah. He would have picked a competent small council, and then plain and simple, at the very least, maybe some of his money could have held the rum together a little bit better. He might have had some better connections to be able to basically scrape together some money, maybe get a loan from the Iron Bank to try to help to hold them up. Get a loan from the Iron Bank, and the Iron Bank got their money anyway. But at the same time,
she's really missing a hand.
She really needs Corlys to be there, basically, and his ass just got caught. And I believe that they're probably going to keep him as a hostage. He's more valuable as a hostage than basically to kill him.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was another good, episode. Brings us closer to the conflict that's obviously going to happen. Do you think it's going to happen next episode, or are you going to wait? Are they going to wait till the 8th episode?
So this is 6. It has to happen next one. Usually they always do it the one before the end. But, being that they're completely off their timeline to begin with, because they started with the season finale of the last season, So, ain't no telling.
And
I'm hoping I would see. I'm hoping we would see the you know what? I'm thinking the season finale is going to be the Battle of Tumbleton. I would assume the finale is going to be the Battle of Tumbleton.
I would assume that it's going to be the season of the Battle of Tumbleton, but unfortunately, I don't know. I haven't read the books like you have read the books, so I don't know the whole entire story. I keep on meaning to basically go and read the whole story because I want to know what happens after Tumbleton. Because what happens after Tumbleton could basically, tell me a little bit more about the fallout. And I kind of know a little bit of the fallout, but at the same time, keeping with the, what usually happens with Game of Thrones shows, they usually have the big conflict happen on the episode before the last, basically. So if they keep with that, they'll have the conflict in episode 7 and the resolution in episodes or the outcome rather in episode 8.
Yeah,
exactly. So we're gonna see though. But I did enjoy this episode. It had many parts that were entertaining and also just being basically shocking. Just basically this quick ends to people. Christian Cole.
Yeah.
Raise a glass to you, my bro. You was a buster. No matter what, basically. Yeah. But I'll tip up a drink to you real quick,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Those and it's funny because this episode was called Faceless Men, which is interesting because the Faceless Men are famous assassins, of course, from Essos. And there were assassins basically sent in to kill Daron and Ormond, basically, and they almost got away with it too. It
Yeah.
wasn't for you meddling kids and Scooby Doo. I
Yeah.
mean,
You know, there's two major events that took place.
mhm.
That everybody knows. I mean, you know, everybody knows about the Battle of Tumbleton, and everybody knows that the Battle of the God's Eye, which is Damon and Aemon fighting
Aemon.
each other over the God's Eye, and I think they're gonna save that for season 4.
They probably will save that for season 4.
Yeah, so they stretch it, because being that they have not done the Battle of Tumbleton yet, that has to be what they're going to use as the season finale.
Yeah, because the show actually ends out with Allison riding out with a couple of guys going towards riding towards Harrenhal. So I definitely don't think that there's enough time to have that God's Eye, confrontation in this season. That makes no sense. You might as well just have Tumbleton here, and then pretty much Damon and Aemon's fight is like the peak of the whole entire story.
Yep.
It's literally like the climax of the entire story, and then everything else basically goes down from there.
Hence the Dance of the Dragons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that needs to be in the next season. So I definitely believe that I feel that they could basically do, if they do, they got to do another. I just wondered to myself. I mean, let's just say this. In the story, does the Tullys and the White Wolves, do they arrive at Tumbleton eventually?
Yes. So they are, when they get there, that's the first battle. There's actually 2 battles of Tumbleton. With but the way the show's been going, they've been squashing everything. They've been syncing up things together, and so they probably just gonna make it one battle of Tumbleton, and then go from there. And they so they probably might have the Battle of Tumbleton should be next season, and then after that they'll probably, like you said, they'll show the reminiscences or the repercussions of what happens after the battle, and then they'll go into the next season, and then that has to end with the Battle of the God's Eye, which is a lot to stretch out, because you still they still gotta kill off all the people all the dragons in the dragon pits and all of that stuff. So
exactly. So yeah, I feel like it would be a waste, not a waste, but to give us one more setup episode, next episode, basically.
I
feel like
Jesus Christ,
it would be a waste. I mean,
it got to be next episode.
It has to be next episode, and then basically give us the outcome afterwards, and after the Battle of Tumbleton basically happened. So I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that we're going to get an action-packed episode next week. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through. Appreciate you, Drew Jams, again, for joining me on this journey, man. I really appreciate you for coming through, man.
Indeed.
Every time. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think about my new way of basically showing the videos. It's a little bit different, using a different platform, a little bit better than basically just having a big, cumbersome page of basically Twitter to show some videos and pictures. But either way, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Take care of yourselves. Go out and get healthy. Everybody needs to get healthy right around now. Take care of yourselves. Cut out that corn syrup. You could drink a little less soda, you know what I'm saying? And take care of yourselves and look after yourselves, you know what I'm saying? Go to that doctor's appointment. Please take care of one another on top of it. Please take care of one another. Keep your eye out for everybody. And it ain't nothing to basically help somebody out. You know what I mean? Do your civic duty, get out and vote, and also just be a good neighbor to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Keep an eye out. I love my cul-de-sac because there's a bunch of people who's here who all keep an eye out for each other and let each other know what's going down on the block. You know what I mean? That's how we build security, is through neighbors and community, and through connection and relationships, man. Build that with your people who live in your neighborhood. Everybody, reach one, teach one. We're all in this together. But till next time, peace out, and may you always find water and shade.